help us downstairs to set up for the New Year's party?
New Year's part? It's May.
Oh, it's not New Year's tomorrow.
What?
Did you not realize?
No?
Can you believe it? 2036. Only a sleep away.
2036?
Team Code Red.
Bro, what do cryogenic sleep?
Welcome back to Are We On Air, the podcast where we talk about everything and anything and everything after that. Because today's edition of the podcast is going to be spinning off into something a little new that we call the Aftershow. Aftershow is a little thing that we thought would be fun to do every time we finish a project that we put a lot of heart into, so we can take a second to look back and talk about the best and, I don't know, worst parts about everything in it. Hopefully mostly positive. That being said, a lot of things went by this year that we didn't do an after show on. So to kick this, to really bring in the new year, we're just going to talk about everything. That's not an exaggeration for the most part. We're just going to go through, reflect on our favorite things that we worked on in 2024, just let it linger in our minds before we brace ourselves for 2025, which is the coming year, not 2036. Sorry if we scared you. You've still got like 11 years to prepare for what's coming. And
let me tell you, you should prepare.
Probably.
Get ready.
Sorry, that was a pause for the ominous energy. I liked that a lot. Anyway, in case you somehow don't know us, this is a really weird jumping on point, if so. But I'm Leaf, she, her pronouns, and I am MossKnight from Team Code Red.
I'm Ryan, or Incarone, she, her, also from Team Code Red, if you can believe it.
Wait, what? That's so sick.
My name is Spencer Orby, and I'm Labrat. He, him pronouns, and I'm actually not supposed to be here.
Yeah, he was like in the vent system. He was just scattering around, and he just like one of the panels just fell, and
We'll keep him.
Me.
Yep.
Little rat.
I'm Erin, or Tangy. She, her pronouns. And I'm from Red Code Team.
What the fuck?
Okay, you'll be hearing from my lawyer own.
Dude.
All right. So to kick off the events of the evening, we're going to go way back to the very start of the year with a social media prompt, which isn't normally something we consider a project, but this one's a little unique. It was created by Jellyfish, Evie, my spouse, who I married this year, if you can believe it. And it's called Monster Wednesdays. Let's take a look at some Monster Wednesdays.
As a Will Smith once said, yeah, it's rewind time.
From Team Code Red?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
So Monster Wednesdays was just a silly little prompt fueled by the Monster Energy caffeine addiction that a good chunk of Team Code Red shares. But the idea was, if we were all ground up into a pulp and turned into a delicious beverage, and that was the foundation. Evie had members team up to create little drinky dinks, and it was a lot of fun. A few on the screen there. We have the Demonic Void Monster, which was a collab by Tiny and Lycan. We have the Labrat Monster, which was done by Engise, and Jellyfish's Monster done by Jellyfish.
For that.
That's crazy.
It's not
Yummy.
technically done, because there's still a few more flavors that are cooking up, so get ready. But it was a lot of fun to watch these develop over the course of the year. It's like impossible to like pick any favorites, but the ones I did were my own, and then I did 2 collabs, one with Bluebee for Constellars, and again with Incarone for Sir Dauntlesses.
What? That's me.
A lot
Not
of
Sir
fun.
Dauntless, but Incarone.
You gonna say you're Sir Dauntless?
I don't know about you guys. I had a lot of fun turning myself into a flavor, because I'm just green, and like, so I could have done lime, I could have done kiwi, but in the end I think mine was like dragon fruit kiwi. Yeah, and I did the dragon fruit because I was like MossKnight, so it was like Night Fight Dragon, which came up again for Sir Dauntless, but I don't know. It came to me pretty naturally, and I was a juice monster because I only drink the juice monsters. But for you guys, what was y'all's experiences? Was it easy to come up with your flavor, or were you like punching the wall?
I was
I
also
think
going
I
to say
would
that
feel like
dragon fruit also fit your color theme with your hair, you know?
That is true. That is true. I'm a little dragon fruit, a little watermelon, but that's a good point.
I mean, mine was pretty easy because that's just me. That's just my thing. I don't actually
A little
remember what
fruity.
mine was. It was something weird. It wasn't just tangerine, right? It was something else.
Well, you
picked
had
it.
two monsters.
You like citrus flavors.
Oh, you're right. I did do two. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
The first, your original flavor, the just base tangy was yuzu sorbet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
And that one was awesome. That actually. Wait, can we talk about new personas?
I was about to make a joke. I was gonna say I really liked the color palette you drew yourself in. If only that was your
Yeah.
like normal main color palette.
Yeah, it's crazy if I drew that and then I was like, wait a minute.
But surely an art post from March wasn't foreshadowing a design update.
Subtle foreshadowing.
And then and then I did the
Feral Fortunella.
yeah, with all
Sorry,
the
I have
little
them all open,
creaturas.
so if you forget your names, I got you.
That one was hard to think of a flavor, but it ended up good. Pretty epic.
I really liked the lore behind the Tangy line drinks because the Feral Fortunella was discontinued for causing people who drank it to just go feral.
Yeah.
They took it off the shelves.
And then I did Az's as well. And I
it looked
remember
so good.
that one was epic, and Mel went like crazy hard with the background. I saw it and I was like, ugh. And that one we really struggled with the flavor on because we didn't know what to do because originally we were like, let's do black cherry because that's voidy, but then black cherry is already a real thing. So, oops.
Oopsies.
Oopsie.
That one was also to me that one stirred a lot. One because I fucking love artist collabs and I love Aaron and Mel's arts a lot, but it was the only one so far at least that was a monster or sorry, I can't say that. Monster Beast, which is the alcoholic version, which we thought would be funny. I think I suggested that because we hadn't done that, but I knew that Mel and Aaron would cook that. So I really liked the can using the Beast branding. And also the mask that you drew as in, that one was really cool. I'd love to see more of that too.
Huh, too bad we never will. Wink.
Ha ha ha.
Wink.
Ha.
Haha. Lol.
Surely Spencer doesn't have any feelings about as.
I don't think Spencer's ever met as. Actually.
I don't think so. I don't think they'd get along well.
Yeah.
No, we actually hate each other. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So what about you two? How are your flavors?
Well, because I started working with Ryan on mine originally.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot who the pairs were.
I like went through like 2 people, but because I started and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I think mine's actually like the most different from my guy. Like the pink is there, but my character is definitely more orangey based.
Mm-hmm.
So the
That's
pink
right,
was
because you
kinda
were
cool to
punk
lean into.
pomegranate was your flavor.
Punk pomegranate punch, which I think is very slay, and I love alliteration, so I was thrilled.
Real as hell.
But I was working with Ryan, and I had like a little sketch for it, and then I ended up working with and just say, and they were like, "Hey, I want to make you really slay," and I was like, "Sounds great," because we were discussing like what it would look like, and they were like, "I want to draw this little guy like this," and I was like, "Okay, like what would you change or like what would you put on like my little guy if you wanted to?" And they're like, "I want to put you in a crop top," and I said, "Go for it." Amazing idea, actually.
And just slay.
And just slay.
See, like that's
Slay
what
the
I'm
night
talking about. That's another design choice that would be like, if only that could just be part of your design.
I don't think the crop top is.
Are you sure about that?
Did you crop me?
How dare you?
What the hell?
I can't believe you cropped me and didn't tell me. That's so crazy.
You have eyes.
I don't.
Fool.
Spoilers! Spoilers! You'll find out in 2025.
That's like barely okay.
Yeah,
We cropped his ears.
That's like a shirt that's too small. First of all,
we cropped his eyes.
that's like barely
And
cropped up. I'm talking. Like if
last
you look
but
at the
not
punk
least-
pomegranate thing, look at the.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I see your point.
I do
Also,
like that.
Red was based as fuck for the Happy Trail. I'm a Happy Trail truther.
Me too.
I think that was a discussion that we had.
That makes sense.
Red was like, "Do you like this?" And I said, "Yeah, actually, keep it."
Based as hell.
Epic.
Okay, so last but very much not least, tell us about the senior citizen energy tree, because I also love the lore behind that one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the funny the old prune punch because I'm old and my hat says my bones, and Evie's my caretaker for being old, and there's also the Grim Reaper in the window about to take my soul. So I'm on the verge of death. See,
Your IVs are plugged into more prune punch.
yeah. I had to draw the can first in order to then do my little guy, just because there's the IV fluids going into my arm. I don't remember. Was this before or after the appendicitis?
I think that was after, right?
Maybe. Because if it was
that,
before, then
was
that
the
was some.
appendicitis this year too?
Yeah.
No, was
A
that
lot
last
happened.
year? I don't know. Because
I
I was
thought
like,
it was. I thought it was after the appendicitis because like that was the joke we kept making.
you know,
I don't remember.
I didn't know if that was like some subtle foreshadowing or if that was.
We knew. We knew it was
Yeah.
coming.
You know, appendicitis was last year. I didn't have too much trouble, I guess, figuring out the flavor because I figured I just had a silly idea, and I figured I'll do a silly. I'm good at being silly and stupid. But as far as the design, it wasn't too difficult either because it's old prune punch, so I just had a heart as a prune.
Yeah.
for
That was pretty clever though.
Thank you. But for, like the decorations for the rest of the can, I didn't really know what to do, so I just like put 2 prune bits and me in the Peter Griffin death pose.
Yeah, no, that was elite right there.
But you know, the yeah, I was supposed to do Spencer's as well, but I was just kind of struggling with art in general this year.
Yeah.
Especially like with art fight, I wish could have done more. Art fight. Why would you mention art fight? Huh? But you know,
foreshadowing.
it's just struggling with art in general a lot. Well, I
Yeah.
guess just doing things, but like, now I'm doing a lot better because I mean I've also improved a lot over the years, and now I can actually do things.
That is very real. That is very real.
I'm semi-competent. But yeah,
They call her competent Arone.
Comparone.
They used to just call her incompetent.
Straight out of Comparone.
Incontinence.
That's me.
IBS.
Overall, I rate Monster Wednesdays a boom.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Did that pick up on the mic?
Partially.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you needed to hear. So, just some other little things that I liked. Again, they're still not technically over, but I enjoyed because I don't know, like the vibe was to try and just make like fake monster flavors, but then we also did do our own spins that like don't exist, like Monster Bursts, where they were little mini cans. Because Ghedi did that for Straw Bunny and Raz Bunny, and then the Feral Fortunella was also Monster Burst. And I thought I had a lot of fun taking the concept and kind of just doing our own fun things with it.
Yeah.
I also forgot I did Suck Your Brains one as well, which is one of the very few Java flavors. I liked that one a lot because
Oh, yeah.
low-key, if a spiced apple caramel latte Java monster existed, well, let's just say it, I think it should.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
think
say
mine was-
that also somebody that does not drink. I've never drank anything in my life. I'm just actually constantly dehydrated. That's actually the lore to the old prune punch. That's why I'm so wrinkly. Yeah, I didn't really have a anything to work off of in that sense, so I just kind of did a silly.
Yeah, same.
Oh, that's fair as hell. I can say that if like the
There's a lot of
entire
punches.
yeah, there's so many. I know like that was something Evie really wanted was to avoid that happening, but alas, we're all punch fiends.
I like punching people.
Yeah.
Because I think I tried like several different versions of mine to like be like a juice or a Java one, and just nothing was working. So we
Yeah.
were like, you can just be a
No,
punch.
that's fair.
Yeah.
And in
Plus,
the
I
end, it's
think,
whatever.
yeah, I
The
think it
task
works
was
with my character.
it was to make like us as drinks, like not what flavor would you want, but like a flavor that represents you. So people who are just like fucking insane off the wazoo should be punches because we're little monsters.
Well, my favorite monster is also Fruit Punch, so
There you go. Based.
I like punching
But
people.
you guys.
I don't
So
drink
do
energy
I.
drinks, but I tried whatever that new one is you had that just tasted
yes,
like
that's
orange
right.
juice, and that was pretty awesome.
Dr.
The
Monster.
guava one,
Dr.
no.
Monster.
Um, oh, the guava
Dr.
one's good too.
Monster.
I didn't
Anyway, I
want to try
suppose
it. It looked scary.
we should probably move along there. Because speaking of punching things, you know what else we did in 2024? And by we, I mean Aaron specifically. We punched it. The goddess
Yep, a
of
bunch of
love.
pedestrians. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did a little thing called Aphrodite's Assassins, which was my second one shot for the Roll Red channel, where I took two of TCR's couples, Armand, Spooky Bro, Tangy, and Conchicus, threw them into a restaurant and made them fight a god, because figured they could handle it.
And it was also Conchicus's like first ever official D&D session,
That's
which is
true.
awesome.
Yeah, it was Will's first time. Connor had played before, but it had been a while. So I was really excited as the GM to run it because I had two people who pretty much knew what they were doing and two people who weren't as confident. And I don't know, I liked having that group because when people aren't sure what they're doing, it makes me feel like I know what I'm
Yeah.
doing better.
I know Will has said
That was a joke.
he's done like one silly little like kind of one-off campaign with his friends, which is where the name Conscious actually came from, but that was like years
Yeah.
ago
Oh.
and it's not real, so
It does not
Um,
exist. It was actually a fever dream the whole time.
yeah, pretty
I guess
much.
I'll quickly recap the plot for those who don't know. The couples went on a double date at a restaurant. Cupid attacked the restaurant. They killed Cupid pretty much, and
Oh
in
yeah.
his barely conscious state, told him that Aphrodite was just trying to break up a bunch of couples for the hell of it. Basically, my idea for Aphrodite in the canon lore of TCR is that she loves everything, which includes heartbreak and sorrow and pain. So on Valentine's Day, she just picks a random group of people, sends Cupid to break them up, just to keep the plot going.
It's a drama, and
But
honestly, we support a girl boss.
well, these players did not support the girl boss.
Well, that's okay. I support
Guilty.
women's wrongs.
So after that,
For women's wrongs.
I sent them to the magical world of Aphrodite's domain, where they had to break down her gate by just supporting each other.
Domain
Oh,
expansion?
yeah.
That was quite
They need
literally
to see a girl
they just
boss
had to
winning.
compliment each.
Did
They
you say
just had to hype each
Luigi's
other up.
Mansion?
It's a domain expansion.
Oh.
Luigi's Mansion. Aphrodite's
Domain
Palace.
Domain expansion, Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, once they got through, they fought Aphrodite. She threatened to break them up, and they fought her, and she did pretty all right. But I'm gonna cease my speaking because I want to hear Aaron talk about it. Because some cool things happened for Tangy in the lore in this one too.
Did it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you died canonically, and you will never come back
Sorry,
ever again.
It's been a
Wow.
while. Oh yeah, that was the first. This was the first time where we introduced my two other feral counterparts, Orange Juice and Bittersweet, who are a otter and a sugar glider. And I got to use them for the first time, and it was very chaotic, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know when to when to use them properly, but it was very fun. And Leaf made the cutest little assets for them. And it was awesome.
I might have done such a thing.
Yeah, maybe did something like that. I don't know.
It was very fun to bring some new Tangy lore
Yeah.
into the mix.
And then yeah, we kicked the shit out of Aphrodite.
Yeah, that was kind of nuts. Oh yeah, and I had some clever things too. The way they got to Aphrodite's domain was that they had to say the sentence that you're not supposed to say because it pisses her off. Aaron, do you remember what it was?
Um. Uh.
Yeah,
Was it that
oh
we just? I think it was that we had to say that we were more beautiful than her, right?
yes, exactly. I think Will said it about you, which is very cute, um, because
Oh yeah.
you guys are in love in real life.
He just
What?
walked into the room behind me. What the hell? He knows.
Yeah, what the hell? What the concha kiss?
Go to
The
bed.
conscience.
But that was
He's
pretty
gone.
cool. It was pretty cool. I wanted to put everyone into a situation where they had to win by being nice.
That to be
Every
gay.
campaign Leaf has ever run.
Yeah.
And I'll fucking do it again.
It's like on Dimension 20, how every villain is always like capitalism or like the government and maybe the church occasionally. Everything in Leaf's campaign can be defeated if you're just really nice to people.
Yeah. Power of friendship.
Suffering
You
builds
want to find
character.
out for sure? Well, make sure to tune into the new campaign I'm running called. No, just kidding. It's not 2025 yet. You are so spoiled, little viewer. No, we're still recapping last year. But anyways,
Uh-huh.
sorry, I'll
Because
stop
my dog
addressing.
has joined the party.
Oh my
Yo, let's
god.
go, dog. Let's go,
Pull up the
dog.
new pull up the Rudy asset.
I do not have this
I
made.
think he deserves one.
I really enjoyed doing this one. I've only done the 2 holiday one shots, but I would like to do another one again. But I'm not going to tell you anymore because it's not 2025 yet. So just don't even think about it. But I had a lot of fun, and it was nice to get to play with a fresh group from. I think the only person that carried over was Ren. So it was fun to just have a completely different set of people that I could screw with who in theory didn't know my tricks as well. But
The
yeah,
dynamics are really fun.
the dynamic it is what I love the most too, especially making Tsundere Connor have to compliment people publicly to get through a puzzle. I felt pretty proud of that one. Trying to think of other iconic things that happened there. Ren just like summoned a shadow monster named Kevin, so that's just canon lore now.
All I remember about the like 2 big things I remember about Aphrodite's assassins were we ordered every single item off the menu, which you
That's
just weren't
right.
ready for. Um and then someone got poisoned, I think, and we had to go through every single item to figure out which one it was because you weren't intending us to order every single thing off the menu.
Yes.
And then all I remember is I did like a banging speech at the end, and that's it. I don't remember anything
You
else.
did. Your fucking speech rocked. I need that to be an animatic. But know that you're making me remember how much effort I put into this because that's right. I made a whole menu and I had at least one dish catered to every single person who was playing, including like a gourmet filet-o-fish for Will, and like I had other stuff like the rainbow remix sushi roll, which you might not understand now, but
subtle foreshadowing, subtle foreshadowing,
little foreshadowing and fun stuff like that. And yeah, I was just like, yeah, the gang will each pick one. Hopefully they'll pick the one that I like wrote in for them. And then these bozos just were like, let's buy all of it. And I had
And
to like
all I remember was ordering milk. Also,
yeah, you got milk. And I played the server in disbelief because again I knew that if you guys ordered everything, then you'd have to inspect everything. So the waiter was like, really? One of everything? Which also, that waitress was a hard role to play because I made her French.
she was perfect. I
That's
was in love with
disgusting.
her.
So sorry you had to
Yeah.
do that.
Thank you. I appreciate your empathy. But it was a lot of fun. And I really love GMing things, so I look forward to whatever I GM in the future. But I refuse to for any more shadow. Subtly.
Shadow.
PCR be chill for 5 seconds challenge.
We can't. We can't. You're saying we should cool out?
TCR don't leak things for 5
Cool
seconds
out?
challenge.
Well, hey,
Pause.
in case
Hang on. Cool out?
No, it's okay. If we leak anything too important, luckily we have a reporter who will be there to give you the hot scoop. Brilliant
Oh,
segue
crazy.
into Hot
Oh my
Scoops,
God,
baby.
yeah.
That wasn't even planned. That
think
was
we should-
literally not even planned.
We should start. I think I'm gonna start leaking things to Reina and
Leaking
be like, "Put this in the next Hot Scoops," and
I'm pretty
everyone's
sure I
gonna be
did
like,
like
"Guys, we
openly
want this."
say leak your plans to Reina.
something to somebody that's already on the team and is most likely aware about it already.
Dude, when
Can you imagine?
if like in the like near future I get like engaged at some point, I'm gonna tell Reina and nobody else, and I'm just gonna have them like shove it into an episode and see how many people watch it and find
That'd
out.
be really funny.
That-
Well,
I think that is
I'm
really
the producer, so hopefully it goes. It'd be really funny if like I'm editing it and it just goes over my head. Actually, no, Reina's been editing it now, so I wouldn't.
Yeah,
even
I was
know.
gonna say. Then only like the true supporters will know.
I guess we should explain what Hot Scoops is.
Yeah, what is it, Leaf?
Yeah, Leaf, what is it?
Well,
Yeah.
who better to tell us than the host, Reina Darcy Asselstein? Just kidding, they're not here. But Hot Scoops is a brand new on-air show that we started this year with our brand new member, Reina, aka Constellar, where they tell you all about what's coming out in TCR. We've only got a few going down currently, but it was something we started to nurture Reina's love of podcasting. And it was the best thing we could think of. And we thought, let's give you an ice cream themed truck. It'll be really cute. And the rest is history. And that's the scoop. Boom!
Hot scoop.
Yeah, so we have the kickoff episode, which Raina just covered like a bunch of the stuff releasing from that time. Then we had one all about TCR's 4th birthday, which we also used to debut Sir Dauntless, the other new member from this year. And the most recent one was to talk about an upcoming audio project, which we'll briefly touch on later on down the line.
Wow.
But it's been lots of fun. I got to make a very cute virtual set for Reina and give them an ice cream themed outfit. And we kind of it's a nice little back and forth. We have some really cool ones cooking up that have some special quirks, one might say,
Whoa.
that might just
Watch on.
Shut up! And it's lots of fun. If you haven't checked out Hot Scoops, well, you probably should, especially if you want to be kept up with the big new things coming to Team Code Red.
Oh, don't, we won't. Kidding.
we won't kill you.
Well, I will.
Wink.
Oh, well.
There might or may not be a B plot that's a little sprinkled into the Hot Scoops.
Oh, actually, I think you should. Do you want to address that, or do you want to make the viewers look for it themselves?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's only one part of it, so there's no story to it just yet.
Oh, I thought there was 2 so far.
Well, maybe there was 2. I don't know. Worms. That's all I'll
All
say.
you need to know, yeah, there's a
Worms.
developing story all about some worms that you should probably pay attention to. That is true.
This is actually tying back to why you should prepare for 2036.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I forgot that's like one of the most fun parts of Hot Scoops is that for every episode we get members of the team to send Reina random headlines about just fictitious garbage for Reina to then improvise like a little recap of the story, and it's always so much fun because I get to watch Reina come up with those in real time, and it's so good. And yeah, there's some continuity, so pay attention and prepare for 2036. Stock up on baked beans.
I'm
You're gonna hear it
always
from us.
stocked on baked beans.
That's not related to 2036. I was just reading my grocery list out loud. My bad.
Your grocery list is just baked beans.
It's underlined like 3 times.
I thought you swore off beans.
Beans are attacking.
So anyway, on to the
Beans.
next thing that happened.
Oh, anyway.
Not exactly a project, but Hot Scoops did crack open the can of beans that was podcasting that we had sealed shut for a little while. Well, you already put it on there, so you might.
You went back to Hot Scoops. I was like, oh,
No,
shit,
no.
was I not supposed to move on?
No, it's totally
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
And it was just that we returned to doing our Are Air episodes. We only did a couple, but
Mhm.
by far the one that I feel like we just had to talk about because it felt like such a spectacle was what we call it the Ruthcast, but what you'd probably know it as is episode 38 of Are We On Air, Judging a Book by Its Cover with Mike Ruth, where we had a special
Oh my
guest in the way
God.
of many guesses.
That was this year also?
That was also this
We did
year.
a lot of stuff this year, guys.
I can't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
this.
We had comic artist Mike Ruth, Uncouth Ruth himself, literally come into our studio, virtually, of course, and talk comics with us in what I gotta say was like hands down like the best episode of Are We On Air we've ever done.
Oh
And
yeah.
Mhm.
probably one of my favorite things with TCR I've ever done, because like the man is just, first of all, he's so nice, but he's such a
Oh
great
yeah.
speaker. And I don't know, like it was a very personal conversation to me as well. Mike is such a humble and kind, empathetic heart, and he spoke to things that I think he knew we'd all really resonate with. And it was so
Mhm.
cool to talk to someone who's been doing comics for 30 years, and as budding comic artists get to relate to that. It was like, what the hell? What is our life?
Yeah, I don't think I said anything during that podcast other than the intro.
Well, actually, I re-listened to it recently, and at the very end, you thanked Mike for his words. So that's at least
Yeah.
two things you
Gotcha.
I spoke twice.
But I feel like that's even an episode where if I somehow hadn't been there to record, I would still listen to it over and over. Because even though you didn't really have much to say, just being there and listening to the man is like
Mhm. Yeah.
life changing. I mean,
There
And
was
we also
no
got to watch him make like the most
Yeah.
beautiful art ever in real time
Yeah, no,
in front of our eyes.
he was just drawing Swamp Thing live like, in front of us, like
Yeah,
on
like
his
free-handed
camera.
perfectly, and it's like,
It's
And then he
oh,
sent it to Leaf.
yeah,
yeah.
we couldn't get that footage into the video because we didn't know he was gonna do that. But he cooked up in front of our eyes a portrait of Swamp Thing, who was one of his favorites to draw. And at the end of it, I was like, Mike, this is like incredible. And that art is now imbued with what like this event, this podcast. And I was like, can I please get that from you? And some time passed, and well, now I have it in my hands, and it says for Leaf. And
Well,
it
because
is
you were like, can I buy this, please? And he was like, no, you can have it.
No, I'll just send
pretty
it to
much.
you.
Which was insane. He is so kind, and I like once I have a home of my own, like it's going into a frame in like the front foyer, so when all my guests come in, they see Swamp Thing looking down on them.
As they should.
Getting to hear his process was just so cool. I'm gonna like shut up about it though, because I want to hear more of your guys' takes, because it was so moving. But I want to hear you guys.
I know the Mike Ruth knows how to tell a story. I'll say
Yes, absolutely.
he's such a good speaker. Like, he has such a way with words that just captivate you and keep you like listening the whole time. It was very insightful. He's a very wise man.
Yeah, it was kind of just like I felt like none of us really talked a lot because it was kind of just like watching our own podcast because he just has such a like beautiful way with words and he's like so wise, so we were all just like, oh, I must listen.
Yeah, I didn't have like any questions or insights to bring up, but I mean, like that was like fine because it was supposed to be focused on Mr. Ruth himself.
Well, yeah, and there was just I don't even remember what I asked, but I threw a few questions in there, and he just had like the most like perfect, like beautiful answers to all of them, like right out of his heart, and I was like, wow,
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, he was very insightful.
oh yeah, he's awesome, love him.
Yeah, I think Leaf said he's like the Uncle Iroh of TCR.
Yeah,
I think that was Az who had said
That was
that.
Az. Right, yeah, no, it was Az.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. You know, he really gave off Uncle Iroh
yeah,
energy.
He seriously did. And even off camera, like just like 10 minutes before we started recording, and it was he and I were just waiting in the chat for everybody, like it literally felt like I was talking to Uncle Iroh. Like we just had a nice like heart to heart conversation just about some personal stuff, and I was like, this dude is so wonderful.
Well, it's so great because I don't remember exactly how many of us were there, but I feel like that was by far like the highest amount of like interest we've had in like the members that wanted to be a part of a podcast episode. Like everyone was just like, I must be there.
Like not
Yeah.
since Ghedi, who like also like goaded
Yeah.
Ghedi
Yeah.
back on the podcast 2025, but no, it was
one of our one of our biggest episodes as far as
Yeah.
attendance.
yeah, no, absolutely, and it was just so. I felt just so humbled to have someone who he has fans, like people know him and they know his distinctive art style, like he is that guy, and he was thanking us for having him on our cutesy little gay podcast, and that was mind blowing. I could ramble on and on. If we want to keep going, we totally can. If you guys want to talk more about Mike Ruth, I mean, I'll never say no to that, but we totally can keep going if we want.
I feel like the only thing I have to say is just like gawking about how amazing he is. So, and I could do that forever.
Yeah.
So we
do a
can.
whole regular AOA, AWOA. Fuck, I don't know how to say that acronym. On air episode about Mike Ruth. So yeah, maybe we should segue, and that way also poor Spencer can also talk to.
Oh yes.
Talk
I
to
wasn't there for it, but I will say it was very. I couldn't make it to that one. I think it was perfect that I couldn't because I think it was good for the people that were there. I think it was like the perfect cast. But sometimes you just get like these perfect guests and these wonderful people on, and part of the enjoyment of seeing that go up and everything was seeing the enjoyment all of you guys got out of it. Like seeing how much everyone took away from just being able to talk to this like wonderful human being was also very
Yeah.
lovely. So, yeah, sometimes just seeing, like, the enjoyment and the energy that people put out into the world and how it affects people I care about is always very lovely.
Aw,
So,
It
yeah.
so nice.
I remember after that one. This is my last thing on it. The first thing I did was I grabbed my skateboard and I went out and I think I called my aunt, because this was a really crazy time in my life personally, and I'm not gonna trauma dump, but it was a very emotionally charged time, and I just remember feeling like that conversation with Mike happening that night was the most like stars aligned moment ever, and I called up my favorite aunt to just ramble at, and I told her all about it, and then I told everyone I know, like I showed them the Swamp Thing art, and I was like, hey, what are we sending this to me? Isn't that awesome?
I did. I don't typically. I talk about TCR a lot because I love TCR, but like I never like talk to people and are like, go listen to my podcast because it's scary and I don't like people hearing me. But I did. A coworker like came. I work directly next to a comic store, and my coworker came in one day with. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a comic that he did either the art for or the cover art for, and I was like, heh, I know that one.
Was it the Last Ronin book?
No, I don't think so. It was some other one.
Oh, okay.
Because if
He
it was
he has
Last
done a
Ronin,
lot.
I
That's
would have
just
been like,
recent.
oh, but no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Right.
just remember being like, hey, guess what? I know that guy.
I know that
I
one.
talked to him.
I know that one.
Talk to
What
what?
the-
Stop!
what
I didn't mean to
the-
say that. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
that happened this year.
Anyway, yeah. We'll keep going there because a bunch more happened. Actually, what is the next thing? Let's just peel it away and find out. Oh, yeah. We this year we got acquired by Good Mythical Morning. That was pretty huge. It was April 1st that Rhett and Link told us that we could finally tell everybody. Huge deal, lot in the works. But yeah, we're owned by Good Mythical Morning. Rhett and Link are our bosses. They control our
Yeah.
rations, our pay. We are their minions. We do what they say. And it was by far the best April Fool's prank I've ever done. Yeah, this
Poor
was
ass.
only true TCR fans were here for this. It really just started as an internal prank. Like I was just gonna do it to prank the team because I was like, yeah, this is stupid. No one will fall for it. But then we did post it on our social media on April 1st, and I posted this big sentimental message being like, this is the greatest honor. Like I can't wait to have them appear in every single video we do from now on. I'm so grateful for my masters, Rhett and Link. So many people,
Phrased it
so
so
many people that I
strangely.
haven't listen, people I haven't spoken to in years reached out and said, "Oh my God, Leaf, that's incredible! I'm so happy for you."
Hey, at least you know they're keeping up.
Yeah.
I was like, "That's awesome."
Unfortunately, I lied.
Yeah,
Really,
and
being on the phone with Az during this was so crazy because Az was like, "This is fake," and then like was like gaslighting themselves into being like, "No, it's not," and I just was like, "Hey, bestie, it's not real," and they were like truly like glitching out, and I was like, "No, I don't know how to help you."
yeah, unfortunately,
I don't know what
most
to do in this situation.
most of the team were all in a call together, and I had a presentation for everyone, and at the end of it, I had that April Fool's reveal. So like everyone who was there was like, haha, good one, Leaf. And then I sent it to the rest of the team with no context. And so Demonic Void as texted me a few hours later. They were so upset with me. They're like, "Why the fuck would you do this?"
I
You
remember
monster.
I wasn't in the
Incarone.
call. I wasn't in the call, but I remember very specifically I was like in my kitchen microwaving some fettuccine alfredo and I saw that and I was like, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh God. Oh yeah. No, so and I made a fake right to sell the people who didn't show up because I did want to trick them. I edited a screenshot of Rhett and Link's The Good Mythical Morning channel
Right.
and made a fake video thumbnail. I made a thumbnail
Yeah, that's what
titled
made me
"Which
laugh so
Monster
hard.
Flavor is the Best?" and it's Rhett's face looking very skeptical, and then three of the monsters. Oh
That's
my
what got I think that's what got Void so much was they were analyzing that. They were like, "This is fake," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fake." Because I was for some like, for like half a second I was like, "Oh my God," and then I just like did not care. Respectfully, was
I
like,
mean,
"That's cool. I gotta go to work today." Like,
upon any inspection, you can see that the font I used is completely wrong. Like it's so bad. Like that is not even close. But
wasn't that
I
bad.
I had to do it. I had
I
to
had
do
to
it.
do it to him.
Some nice responses I got to my story. I got holy, that's huge. And I was like, I know, right? And for it to happen today on April Fools, I can't believe it. Um
That's so mean. That's so
yeah.
fucked up.
And then my fucking the best one was a good friend of mine just reacted with like a fire emoji and then a few hours later sent me a character like huddled over and said, "I forgot what day it is."
Yeah, that was
That
the
was
one
my
I think I
favorite.
saw and I was laughing my ass off while I was eating my
Oh
Alfredo.
God, it was too good.
It's
And I
so
literally
weak.
I thought of it on March 31st. I was in Jellyfish's kitchen. They were making dinner. And I was like, "Babe, what if I prank everyone and say we got bought by Good Mythical Morning?" And they're like, "Okay, dear." And then
That's
I
nice,
went and I
dear.
cooked. Yeah. I made up I made the little art post of them in our art style. I made the fake thumbnail and I was like, "This is gonna be good." Uh that was a nice little bullet point. A nice little moment of silly. Yeah, I'm done talking about Rhett and Link. Rhett and Link, by the way, if you ever want to like collab, like
Yeah, if you ever
just
want to just like buy us, you know.
let me know
Yeah,
by
you can
April
have us.
1st, 2025, and
I think about it
let's just
sometimes.
say
I'm
we
like,
can do something really, really funny.
I think about I think about it sometimes. I'm like, what if there's someone who works there or read and like just like come across that post one day and are like, guys, what happened?
Guys,
Like
should we sue them?
there wasn't there was not a part of me hoping that like they would see it and see all the comments being like, "This is amazing." Like I was just hoping for one of them to comment like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Imagine if that's like the
Bro,
one
what?
post of like TCRs that goes like mega viral and they have to like make a statement that's like, hey guys, we didn't buy this random small team. Like
Hey
we
guys, we
don't
don't know what the hell this is. This is like
hey
full
guys,
of a
we
bunch of
have
like
no
gay
clue who
people or
they are.
something.
Please
I
don't
think I
support
might be
this.
coming by.
What if they like just like played along with it? Like they're just like,
That'd be
oh
so funny.
yeah, like they just thought they forgot.
Yeah, we totally bought that. Guys, we should check with that
That's why you
content.
went into working for Good Mythical Morning.
Link whispering to Rhett, "I thought it was Smosh that we bought." Yeah, but like, yeah, what's
Yeah,
the
and then they
difference
dropped
there?
Smosh because of us.
No, Anthony and Ian, it's not that serious. Anyway, enough about other content creators, because we did other cool stuff. Because you know what Good Mythical Morning doesn't do yet? I'm gonna jinx this, I swear to fucking God. Is comics.
Oh my god.
We had a little 2-part comic event come
I'm like
out
too far.
in spring. A little something, story called Lost and Found, which Incarone came up with.
What?
She and I think she and I worked. I think it was literally just us. We did duos.
Yep. Duos on
Yeah, we played
Fortnite.
duos. Yeah.
Fortnite?
But I'll let you speak on this one because you made it.
What do you why would I speak about? I mean, in all fairness, the we split the two chapters. It was you did chapter 1, I did chapter 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Part 2 if you
I
want
credit
to.
the idea was yours, but yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we did. We
Introduces a new character called the Grifter. Oh, creepy little guy, except not little. It's rather
The
big.
Rizzler.
The Rizzler.
significantly large.
Significantly large and freaky. Has like mantis claws and shit, and it's just like an amalgamation of a bunch of parts from things that it stole. With it broke into the tower, and yeah, they did a little bit of thieving.
Just a little bit of
Yeah.
of
The best
devious
part
thinking.
is that Erin did not get many lines, so we didn't have to hear her because
Yeah.
she didn't have the beanie.
Yeah.
It's true.
got 'em.
It's true. Now there were some pretty epic moments in that one. I mean, the little group. I kind of just went off in the art where I just suddenly decided that this 2-parter needed to just have an inexplicable retro video game gimmick.
Mhm.
To illustrate some of the things. So I had like a player select screen when David recruits the goobers that were awake at midnight.
Mhm.
By the way, Aaron, still waiting on that LPS scene dub.
Oh yeah.
Then we also had a Team Code Green member in a story. Oh, we didn't forget those exist. That was fun.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never forgotten things. So I guess this is a bit of peeling back the curtain. I am planning to use them a bit more in the stories. You will see.
Subtle foreshadowing.
Subtle foreshadowing.
This is like on topic but slightly off. I just love that so much of the lore of TCR like of our guys boils down to I have this item of clothing that I have to keep on my body at all times or something insane will happen.
Yeah.
Like I
Like-
think I'm one of them. Aaron, as there's probably more that I'm just not thinking of right now, but I just think it's really funny that so many of our like personas separately, we were just like, yeah, I'm gonna put an item of clothing on that's like could be detrimental if removed. Like for me, I think it's my gloves.
Yeah,
I
your
sweat
gloves.
because canonically I sweat bleach, and I think we need to put that into something.
We have a lot of a lot of same brain cells. Like how every single TCR persona is slowly getting a boob window and an eye patch.
And also horns, or sorry,
Yeah,
cranial protrusions.
You see, if I take off my hat, it'll actually expose my brain.
like SpongeBob in the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
No, Spencer's right though. In last year's special Winter Void, we explore how if Az takes off their mask, they become a monster. If Spencer's gloves come off, he releases the gloop. When Aaron's beanie comes off, she turns into an animal. And when my clothes come off, the hoes go wild. Like a lot of stuff happens. So
The hosts go wild.
Like that.
It's also
I knew that one would get you. I knew that one.
I think also part of it is like to me, the fact that like especially for Az and I'm just like that's actually really tragic.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, a
think
lot
it's
of our
still really
personas have really sad lore.
and we just like
Yeah.
gloss over it for like silly funny comics, but I think I sent like a whole like paragraph to Leaf one day where I was just like imagine thinking about how tragic all of these characters are, and it was like way too in-depth like reading of like demonic void and like certain characters being like, yeah, they can never take off this mask, so they can like
Mhm.
person they love can like never look at them, and then it was like, and then they open a portal and steal a reindeer.
Listen, sometimes.
Anyways, back to Lost and Found.
Yeah, girls gotta do what a girl's gonna do. No, it was a lot of fun. I don't tell her this, but I actually really enjoy working with Ryan.
Well,
That
truly
makes
you
one of
just-
us.
Truly,
It was a lot of
that
fun.
makes one of us.
And she let me
Stupid
cook
bitch.
on a lot of very fun action sequences. I feel like this one especially explores a lot of cool like uses of our persona powers because like
Mhm.
in our normal mini comics, usually it's about a thing and not a power's never the central thing, but in these little mini specials, we get to use them a lot more. So like, even just on the little screen there, you can see like Emma using her time powers on Connor and Aaron mid transformation. It was lots of fun. I
Mid-transition,
loved getting to
what?
cook. You get to see Aaron transition.
Finally,
Yeah,
they got me.
the agenda.
Hot Scoops 2025. Aaron Tangy transgender. Anyway, but
Can't be.
No.
yeah, I had a lot of fun. I don't have like a big think piece about it, but it was really fun. I love doing the little specials, and I enjoyed bringing. I was honored to help Ryan bring the Grifter to your screens right now on Webtoon.
Yeah, you will be seeing more Grifter, don't worry. But yeah, I also with the concept of this story, it just kind of happened because when I was making the concept art of the Grifter, I had drawn it with I mean, because I don't really want to. I mean, it's fine if we spoil, but also I don't really want to. You're gonna have to go read it on Webtoon. But
Ooh.
I had drawn a certain body part on the Grifter, not a penis. It wasn't a penis. Stop it.
Surprisingly.
And then
You can believe it.
I had brought it to a certain member. I was like, hey, I did this thing. What if the Grifter steals this from you? And they were like, oh yeah, no, I'm okay with that idea.
Penis.
Yeah. What if the Grifter steals your penis? Yeah, no, that's fine.
We can keep on we can keep on moving right along there. Next up is a little something that me and Aaron, I hope, both equally hold dear to our hearts, which was our playthrough on the Coded Arcade of Princess Peach Showtime.
My favorite ever.
Yeah.
So we played this game called Princess Peach Showtime. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like when the trailer came out, something deep and primal within Aaron and I just said, "Girl boss, girl slay, girl Nintendo, girl play."
Yep.
And I just came up with that, by the way. And yeah,
Beautiful.
we thank you. We plan to do a full playthrough of PPS, which is the acronym. And we recorded it all on 2 nights, 2 Saturdays, like a month apart, in like 7-hour sessions. We
Oh my God,
locked
we
the
did.
frick in.
And it was the
And
best ever.
it was so much
good.
fun. Like, I'll be honest, I doubt a lot of people watched it because there wasn't a lot of hype around the game. But we provided the hype, okay?
Yeah.
We provided it. It was very fun. It was very cute. Half of the clips of it are just me and Aaron squealing over how cute
Just
Princess
going,
Peach
ooh.
is. What? Slap?
We had a
And
special guest star.
yeah,
We had
like every 3 episodes, we would just make Will play a level.
Yeah, I think like the assets and the thumbnails were like some of the best ever because we got to draw us in all the funky outfits and it was awesome. So good.
It was very cute. Aaron cooked on the assets, by the way.
Blush.
She did a very, very cutesy job. And we also did a live action cold open to break it in, where I made
Yeah.
Aaron put a Nintendo Switch cartridge in her mouth.
It tasted so good.
It was really good. It was good content.
You know
And
what?
I also...
Oh, sorry.
You go ahead. You go, Queen. You go, Queen.
It's a
Go,
little
Chris, go.
unrelated, but actually no, it's not. At work the other day, some guy was buying a Switch game, and he asked if I ever put the cartridge in my mouth, and it just flashed back to that moment, and I said, "Oh, many times." It was awesome.
Many times.
Many times.
What else? Oh yeah, no. This one was also special because it was the first arcade series that I took on the big girl job of editing for.
Yeah.
I guess that was kind of a big thing for me in 2024 was just becoming an editor, I guess. Like now I've edited for every channel that requires it. I just became very brave. And yeah, in fact, I got so good at editing these episodes efficiently that it hindered progress on thumbnail making. We were gonna split them evenly, but I was literally editing episodes faster than Aaron could keep up with to make quality thumbnails.
I was getting scared.
Evil.
I think that's
it was so good. I can't remember, I don't know if it still is, but was that not at one point our like longest running series on the channel?
I think
I thought we said it like just barely beat Wonder maybe.
by episode count, yes. By like actual runtime,
Oh
no.
yeah, yeah.
But it is the 14 episodes, and Wonder was only 12, I believe. So it was a big one, and it was a lot of fun. I very much enjoyed getting to play games with Erin. She's very fun.
I
I
love
like
it.
Erin.
I like Leaf.
Aww.
And I like
Hmm.
Leaf's spouse.
Huh?
Oh.
We're hanging
Ooh.
out tomorrow when Leaf's at work.
Hey, wait a second. What projects are you guys going to be working on without me?
Kissing.
Anyway, um, well, we'll keep on going. It was a lot of fun though, and yeah, it
Yeah.
was a good series, and you should check it out if you want to see what Princess Peach Showtime's all about. But another really kind of huge thing for TCR in 2024 was that we properly kicked off streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
In the past week, like our channel had gone live maybe 3 times just randomly. But then big one, I wish they're not here to talk about it, but Ren started VTubing, which was really fucking cool. TCR's first VTuber for now. Wink, 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 subtle foreshadowing. And then I did like 2 random throwaway streams just for the fun of it. But then came the month of July? Question mark?
Yes.
Maybe.
Is that when?
I
It was
think
June. It was
yeah.
one of the J months.
I think it was July.
July 1st.
July.
Yeah.
And at the very start of the month, Aaron and I were having a conversation talking about our plans for the month, and Aaron was like, "Leaf, I don't know how much I'm gonna get done because I really want to do Art Fight this year." And I was like, "But what if we just did Art Fight for content, what away?" And we thought, what if we should just stream ourselves doing Art Fight attacks. So at least some of us all chose the same team for Art Fight.
Yeah.
So we could team up and try and help Team Seafoam win. Others among us decided to go Team Stardust. And yeah, we did a lot of really fun streams. It was usually me and Aaron with Ryan there to berate us for being on the inferior team. Ren joined in a few times as well, and we even had a special guest, a creator friend of ours named Barry. Very twisted dude. And it was so much fun. Like we had such a fun time doing streams consistently.
Oh, it was so good. There was so many people in chat that like showed up that had art fights that we did attacks on and did attacks on us, and it was
that's like we actually had chatters who would say, "Shit, I'm gonna go lurk and go work on my attack against you." Like it was really cool.
It was amazing. It was so good.
Speak, Valentino.
And I was very, very, very happy because I wanted to do art fights so bad, but I was so convinced that I wasn't going to be able to do it because I've never been able to stick with like Inktober or any art challenges like that. So I think I put out 15 maybe around there, and it was I was very happy, and it helped me improve a lot actually, drawing so many different characters. Blush.
Yeah, so the sorry.
No, that's it. I was just saying I loved it.
You know, the with the art fight stuff, everybody was like planning it and all that, and I was like, it'd be funny if I just, sneakily just make an account and go a Team Stardust because it's the better team. I also just like the aesthetic better. I was gonna be Stardust regardless, but I just thought it'd be funny and then not tell anybody and wait until maybe somebody would find out that I was that I had made funny art fight, and it was until Ren, because I was just being silly goober, being like, "Oh, Stardust is better." Just decided, all right, I'm gonna search if you have an account. Oh, there you are.
Busted.
I mean, I was intending to be. I was hoping to get found this year, just because I didn't want to. I was going to keep going until next year if need be, but I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
No, fair.
I didn't do too much on Art Fight. I wish I had done more. I want Art Fight to be back.
Yeah.
Next year, baby. TCR takes on Art Fight, and we're gonna win this time.
Yeah, because I can do art better. I'm better at just doing it, because I always struggle to just getting myself to do the art. the art.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Art Fight is just like, I don't know. Art Fight is so good at helping you like improve, and it helped me beat Art Block a lot because you literally just go through like thousands of characters until you find one you're like, oh, I must
Right?
draw them, and it's so good, even if they're on the same team. So it's like, oh, it's so amazing.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next year because I also have a bunch of more stuff. You also mentioned VTubing,
Yeah.
so I did also debut my VTuber asset this
Right.
year.
Yeah.
One that I did myself. It was I did the whole thing myself. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing it, and then I just pulled it up. It's like, hey guys,
It turned out it was so impressive. Like it turned out too good.
Yeah.
I got the yarn physics and the bell physics, so it's also a
Yeah.
bit of a teaser for the Persona update.
No, that was mad impressive. And yeah, I mean, like it's great. Like the channel, we ended up having to change. Originally our Twitch was just Code Red Arcade, but then we opted to rename it to TCR Live because like we had so much fun streaming art. We are like, let's not confine ourselves to just gaming. Let's just do everything we like. It's fun to stream, and now we have regular Mario Kart 8 Mondays, which is super fun. I've been playing the Steven Universe game. It's been a lot of fun, and back during Halloween, Az led this charge of like back to back. It was a marathon of spooky games, and
Mhm.
I love doing the streams, but I also love just watching them. Like like we've done some golf streams, and I haven't played in them, but just being in chat, I find like it's really fun. I really like it. I'm so
We
happy that
also, yeah, there were so many people that like streamed for the first time. There were so many people, myself included, that like ran the streams for the first time. And Incarone, I think you did
Mhm.
the one of the golf ones.
Yeah, I believe my debut stream was technically a Phasmophobia stream. I might be
Yeah,
wrong about
right,
that. For
right.
like
Yeah, no, you're
me,
so right.
yeah, me hosting because before
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
I was supposed to have done a Celeste stream during Pride Month, but I was just scared of streaming, and then I made like the VTuber asset. That was supposed to be my stream debut, but then there was with the Phasmophobia, Az was supposed to host it, but things weren't going correct, so I was like, okay, I'll try and get it to work
Yeah,
on
and
my
I
end, and
didn't
it did.
trust my computer to run it.
Yeah, but also I want to say shout outs to Az for organizing those special event
Yes.
ones like the
Real.
Pride Month
real.
one, the Christmas and the Halloween.
That's like that's actually another thing, and I've talked to Erin this about because I thank her a lot because if we hadn't hit that domino doing art fight streams, like it's then caused this chain where now more people have found that they love to do it, and it's given people like Az this a whole new realm of things that they can do and excel at. So
Yeah.
I'm here for that shout out. We love you, Az. I know you're not watching this bitch, but
I also love
I'm
Az.
watching
I also
you.
love Az, guys.
We're always
I love
watching.
them.
And yeah, Connor Spooky Bro did the golf. You
Mhm.
ran that, which
Yeah.
was awesome. Like so many people. Oh, I'm just so happy about.
Yeah, I
And
was in one Mario Kart stream. I did
Yeah.
Ryan and I did the content warning with Az
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Roy. That was fun. And then I also ran a troubleshooting stream.
That's right.
I was trying
Yes.
to do um
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate,
Yeah.
and my computer said no. So we were trying to troubleshoot some things and didn't end up happening, but I got to hang out and talk to lovely people. So I
We
technically hosted
also
the stream.
we got to experiment with like different kinds of streams that we usually wouldn't. Like we did the Hear Me Out stream, which
Yes.
so many people showed up to, and so many people are like begging to be in the next one.
I need to be in the next one. I couldn't make it to the first one, and I have
Yeah,
things
like
to say.
Reina really wants to be in it. Red showed up for that one
Yeah,
too, which
and
was
just said that was their
awesome.
stream debut. Technically, yeah, I think I got NJ Say first with a like 0.5 second stream of when my laptop just decided it didn't want to stream the Steven Universe game. So we went live for like 0.2 seconds. So I'm counting it.
Yeah, no, streaming has become such a big thing for us, and I'm very happy with the way it's turning out for us.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like just for whatever reason, with in regards to the VTuber asset, I was just like, you know what, I want to make a VTuber, and then I did. But the
And it rocks. The Hollow Knight streams were so very fun. I haven't watched them in full because I
they're
don't watch
long.
VODs often, but I like to just look through and see the funny moments.
Yeah, no, Sorry.
I did not know you did the whole, like, your whole VTuber yourself. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's crazy. That's
Just
so good.
drew it, like did all
Yeah,
the
like that
did all
is,
the like
it's
rig setup.
amazing.
Oh, did you think that like Ren helped with it or something?
I figure I could tell it was your style for sure. I was like, oh yeah, that looks awesome. But I figured that like Ren helped because I knew Ren has helped with a few people.
Yeah, they're like the
So-
resident VTube engineer.
But yeah, that's like,
You
oh,
know,
that's crazy.
I
Good.
did
I love it.
I did everything start to finish myself, even learning how to get it working, like live 2D.
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
that's
thing
amazing.
was me.
Props to you. That's
Mad
like crazy
impressive.
good.
That being said, I am going to accuse you of hacks because I know you got that cloning power. So I know you had 6 different Incarones all working.
Yeah, what the hell?
All learning at the same time doing this shit. Yeah, but the with the Hollow Knight streams, that was like basically my debut. Because I've been doing it with Noi, and they go on for quite long. But
Mhm.
I'm getting close to beating John Hollow Knight. Hopefully, he'll go down soon.
Can you put on screen a current update for when this releases if John Hollow Knight's dead or not?
Yeah, well, I'm actually I wanna, if Noise available, should be doing a stream coming Thursday. This coming Thursday.
Perfect. Then hopefully the future audience will be able to rest knowing that John Hollow Knight has been vanquished.
Exactly.
Awesome. I could keep yapping about streaming. I feel like we should probably keep going though,
Yep.
just because we still have like 8 more things to go through.
Mhm.
What's next?
Wow, actually this is a pretty fun one too. So we talked a little bit about some D&D one-shots, and there are more that happened this year, but we have our first currently ongoing virtual TTRPG campaign in the way of Fractured Fate,
Yeah.
which 3 of us here are players. Spencer's a supporter. Technically, we have attempted virtual campaigns 2 other occasions.
Mhm.
Listen, you know,
It's okay. It's okay. They don't need to know yet.
when
Fractured
I'm
Fate.
supposed to be the first campaign on Roll Red, and I got depressed.
No.
They're so real for that though.
When's the mental
Yeah.
health on air episode coming?
Shit's hard. We were like, and we tried years ago to do it, but then Critical Role dropped the beta for the Daggerheart system, and Armo was just
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna fucking learn this, and we're gonna play it.
And learn it they did.
And learn it they
Jesus.
did. And I'm not even gonna tell you how many episodes we have backlogged, but whatever you think it is, it's more than that. I think so far there's 3 or 4 out. I play Poby, a fungrel who talks like this and is just like a big funny Muppet who has a didgeridoo that can do magic, and it's pretty awesome. And my best friend is Mouse, wait, what's the race called in Dagger?
Dracona, I think.
Dracona.
Dracona.
I was gonna say Dragonborn. I was like, that's D&D.
It's a very good friend.
Yes, a
Wink.
very good platonic friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, it's platonic to want to travel the world with your friend and help them accomplish their dreams.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dance.
real. Yeah, I play you wouldn't believe it, but I play the cat girl at Toffee.
What?
I thought you played Undertaker.
Nah. Yeah, Toffee's whole shtick is that she can't get names correct, or at least she mishears names and just assumes that it's correct. You could try to correct her all you want, but it's not gonna work. But a little bit of lore with a Toffee is that the very first ever campaign that we played, as well TCR, it wasn't for any content or anything, but it was Ren. It was the very beginning of TCR had just formed, and Ren was just running a one shot, and Toffee was my very first D&D character, along with Scruffy. And the lore to that, I believe we have talked about this before. In
We
like
did
a
on
D&D.
the D&D episode we did.
Yeah. So like with Scruffy was not supposed to be part of the campaign until there was just a dog in the first area, and then I was like, hey, can I tame this dog? And then basically everybody was defending me while I was taming the dog for like 4 turns.
It was awesome.
And then we got Scruffy, and then we chanted Doggy Knife, and Scruffy gets to use a sword. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's the lore behind a Toffee, and now she has returned for Fractured Fate.
For some reason, it's not coming to mind what she was originally from, but Mouse is also a redone character. I
Mhm.
think, was that a campaign we were going to do and never
That
ended up?
It was supposed to have
It
been
was.
a recorded one, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
I think so, because I remember you had made the character, but for whatever reason, you didn't actually ever get to play it. It was, but it was for a game. You had done the
Mhm.
art, but then you weren't able to make it. I might be wrong, but I think it was actually for our New Year's, just like home one shot that Ren did, where I played a barbarian and Spencer was a little
Oh, yeah.
guy.
It might have been that, yeah.
I think it was. I can't remember. If Aaron doesn't remember, I have no shot.
Yeah, but Mouse was an old character, and when I found out I was going to be a part of this and that dragons were still a race I could play, I was like, all right, she's got to come back. So I brought her back and I made her look normal and good and also Australian.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I
Australian
like
derogatory.
mouse.
But I love like the Fractured Fate, even though it's not D&D, but it very much has brought back my passion for TTRPGs. I love it, and I love everyone's characters. I love the pink wagoners.
Hey,
Yeah, the
hey,
Big
hey!
Wagon Crew.
Spoilers!
Oh, I mean,
Hey, if you think of a better name, that's when we could change it.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that's fair. That's fair.
Everyone comment about better names
Yeah.
than the pink wagoner.
Yeah, I know we are currently on a session hiatus just because it's December and it's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, times are tough. Times are tough around these parts.
Times are tough.
We're all working extra late at the TCR churro factory.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just
god,
kidding.
the churro factory.
Yeah.
What a callback.
Different timeline. No, we're not getting into that. That
was
was for the
from,
last recap.
That was from the fucking, what's it called? The Prank Masters.
But yeah, Fractured Fate, it's been so much fun. It's been very fun to get to play these characters with this cast. The other players are Lycan, Mel, who plays Marsh, who is a little frog. As Demonic Void is Undertaker, a Clank, which is similar to a Warforged from D&D. And Kinbit L plays Jazzy, who is a fairy, who is always holding a bitten off human leg.
Well, that's
And
not a human.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
an unmentioned
No,
a secret.
Nobody else.
There might be more, there might be less, who knows? Someone's dying.
Yeah. Find out in episode 12.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I also don't think that people know why we were talking about a pink wagon. I don't think that's
no,
about.
they definitely don't. But that'll also be explained in episode 12.
They'll find out.
But yeah, it's been super great, and you will soon come to find that it has broken the seal of yet another can of beans, which is live play campaigns. Stay tuned for some announcements in 2025.
Before we move on, I just want to talk about the fact that Leaf, you're so cool, and all of the fun little like backgrounds that you've done for the one shots and stuff is really cool.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, where's this going? You just want to talk about me? Like, that's so sweet, Spencer.
Yeah, I
love
always
you,
want to
but-
talk about you, but I just I think you just everything you do. Obviously, you put like everyone here puts a lot of effort into, but you're always so excited, and even if you're like not running a campaign or in it, if you do anything for it, you always just put so much love and care and make it so personalized to like each
Real.
different thing, and I just think that's wonderful, and I just
Yeah.
wanted to like compliment you and say that I think we all really appreciate it and thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Fuck
I
you.
kill you guys with hammers.
That's
really sweet,
Anton
Spencer.
I just like I don't know,
Night.
you just do a lot, and I love seeing. Also, I don't know, I love you guys. Anyways,
We love you, Spencer. That was so kind. Thank you.
What?
I appreciate
I love
that.
my friends.
You
I've
should
made
come
so-
live near us or something.
So foreshadowing, so foreshadowing.
I've made so many virtual like sets for all of our different shows that I kind of just forget. Like I just like do it. Like it is just in my DNA. So I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Damn, I'm
Prefer
gonna go cry now, I guess.
Okay, anyways,
Kiss and cry.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Next up is it's gonna be a shorter one because it's not out yet, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But Code Red Reverb had just a little bit of action that we can talk about this year, because a year had passed since Subliminal came out, and I missed it. I missed the story, the world, the cast. So I sent a message and I said, "Hey, cast from season 1, would any of you like to return for a reunion special?" And a select bunch said yes. So I reeled them in and I pulled out my secret folder full of subliminal spin-off ideas, picked one that I thought was fitting, got really sad one night so I could channel some emotions into it, and I wrote Subliminal Monsters and Memories. Well, wrote it with help, mind you. It wasn't just my idea. It was greatly influenced actually by Elle, because she plays the main character Rory, and she'd been talking to me about it, and she came up with the initial premise that I'm not going to tell you because I'm not spoiling it because it's not out yet. But she just asked me a question about the story, and it just caused a domino to fall. And then she said something in character that I was like, "Oh my god, write that down!" And it made it into the script. But Subliminal Monsters and Memories it's a one-off audio special. It's a sequel to season 1 of Subliminal. Follows the same characters and shows how they've dealt with the consequences of everything they went through. I wasn't joking when I said I wrote it when I was sad. I can write Rory Bailey the best when I'm going through something. It was a lot of fun, and I got to bounce a lot of ideas off of Ryan and Elle. And the best part was getting to bring the whole cast back in person. I turned my apartment into a little makeshift studio with the help of Arma and Kingbit, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the only person from the cast who came back that wasn't there was Spencer, due to geographical difficulties.
It's like crazy you live in a different country than like all of
But-
your friends, guys.
We were still able to find a spot for him, of course, because how could we not? And we had.
I didn't edit this time either.
No, you didn't know that job actually went to. The special is edited by Constellar, who was.
Yeah!
Well, you know what? I guess Constellar and Kingbit were both subliminal cast members who then crawled their way into the rest of TCR. Reyna reprises their role as Marcy, which they talk about in the hot scoop that we've done on this special. You can learn some info from there. And they're also doing some editing, which I'm very excited about. And I'm really excited to share it. No release date yet, but it's going to be soon. It's going to be good. I was fulfilled with joy, and it kind of reminded me how much I love working on audio shows. But we're not going to talk about things that aren't done yet. But please stay tuned for Subliminal Monsters and Memories. I now want to shift gears and talk about another D&D one-shot, not run by anyone here, played only by one person, so we're going to rely on you, Beelzebub. It was a little game called Task Force Tarask. And
Yeah!
all I can say about this one is that it is a premise that I had come up with like a year ago. I just thought the simple premise, it's not a spoiler, the whole point of the one-shot is a group of criminals gets put on a Suicide Squad type beat to go kill a Tarask, one of the hardest, most difficult monsters in D&D. But it wasn't really like, I wasn't super invested in the idea. I didn't have any plans to actually do it. It was just there in my head. But then came Sir Dauntless into the world. We had a sweet baby boy, a full-grown man named Noi. And I'd played in a campaign with Noi before, and it was, I don't know, the vibe, just something about it. I knew that he could do this idea justice. So I kind of gave him the elevator pitch, and I was like, would you want to run this for Roll Red? Because I knew he was really into TTRPGs. When he joined, I knew that Roll Red was a place he had interest. And the man took my recipe and cooked a gourmet dinner. From there, it was out of my hands. I just let him do his shit. He told me what to draw for the layout and the characters. And I think it turned out pretty awesome. But Spencer, let's get some input from you. Tell us about your experience with Task Force Tarask.
Task Force Jurassic was like a lot of fun, and it was really cool because we got a little bit of information, obviously, like to make our characters and stuff. So they were like, "Hey, like medieval Suicide Squad," and we all said, "Sick!" And I immediately made the worst possible character for this encounter. So, I played Lavish Laughter or Jux. I don't think you actually ever learn his name in this, so there's your little hee behind the curtain thing. I play Lavish Laughter, who everyone was a criminal, obviously, and I think there was like two. Most people were just like heinous crimes, like arson, and like people like died for like their backstories, and I was like, I just like am really funny and I steal from rich people. I think my crime was grand larceny. And they put me away, and I just played this jester style character that Leaf made beautifully and looked so silly and so fun. If you go to the TCR Instagram, it has the wanted posters of every character, and you should go check that out. Subtle plug. But so I played jokes, and it was just like, what is it, like 3 hours or like, I don't know, a couple hours of me just bullying people because my idea for I'm just like going into my character now. I promise I'll talk about the actual campaign, but I'm really excited about this character. I was just like, I want to make a little jester guy because it's the only person who can get away with saying like insane things to like really high up people, and I think that concept's really funny if that person is a criminal. Because I think very early on in the one shot, my character is just like going back and forth with this NPC, and who's specifically, I was told that he was bald, I think.
I see.
Or I
Yes.
might have also just made that up. I don't know if
No. Spencer, I know this off the top of my head. The exchange went a little something like this. Noi, in character as one of the guards, said, "What we're saying is you're disposable," and then Jux goes, "I think your hairline's disposable." Something very close to that.
I said, "So is your hairline," but we're not saying
That's it.
anything about
Yes!
that. But I said it very quiet.
And then the guy threw like his mug at you or something.
Yeah, what happened was I said that, and it was like every time he said something, I just kept like going and like pushing my luck to the point someone threw a cup at me. But it was like in that vein of like expect your players to do everything you don't want them to do, where it's like, well, I can't kill this character because we have another like 3 hours of this one shot to do. So I got something thrown at me, and I like they were just like, all right, we gotta speed this along. But it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. It was really fun to play with like all of the people in it. All of the characters were so fun. Fighting in that was also really funny because again, I was playing a bard. I think Will was also a bard.
Yeah.
So we had like two bards. Not a lot of characters that were super optimized for fighting, which was kind of funny. But you know, I didn't have a lot of information, so I made a character that was very good at like stealth and like talking their way out of things and whatever. And like that kind of thing, because that just fit with like the character and like what crime it was. And they're like, "Hey, so you're gonna get in like a big fight," and I was like, "Oh, I do 4 damage."
We did, yeah, and very intentionally. I forgot to say this, that the whole point, it wasn't just Suicide Squad mission against a Tarask. It was Suicide Squad mission that they aren't told is going to be about a Tarask until they agree to it. So that the whole thing was a surprise for them, and so they couldn't build their characters to make characters that would be good against a Tarask. In fact, Az made a fire-based character, and Tarasks are very known for their fire resistance.
Oh.
It's okay. Some things were tweaked because rule of cool exists and we can do whatever we want. So stop typing in the comment right now. We're allowed to do whatever we want, actually.
Yeah, I did want it to be fair. It was a very much a toss up of if they die, they die. But we'll make it possible to win.
It was a lot of like by the end of it, I think it was a lot of all of our characters going, "Can I do this? No, I cannot. It does nothing. Damn it!" Like just me trying. I think I tried to put it in like a cage at one point.
Non-magical monster.
It was awful.
After that fight, so I was also there. I was like the stage manager, operating all the reactive images and such. And I like might as well have taken a nap during the combat because I was like an hour and a half, and I like zoned in. I'm like, wait, is everyone suspended in midair right now?
There was a point like we were by some trees, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab a branch. But then there was like, who was it? I don't remember which character it was. Someone was in the Tarask's mouth at one point. So we had a floating Tarask, someone in the floating Tarask's mouth, and then someone floating up in the air. So that was a rough time. And then I tried to put the Tarask in a force cage, but that didn't work because the Tarask was too big. So it was just a lot of groaning and me like side texting, I think, like, Az, and being like, I'm gonna, like, find a Tarrasque in real life and punch it in the face. I was, like, mad. Like, I was having fun, but I was, like, so mad that I, like, couldn't do a whole lot. I was like, "No!" But we got there in the end, and it set up, like, really cutesy and nicely.
Did, yes, I guess, no, he did very cleverly leave a crumb there to potentially revisit it. I'm gonna be honest with you, audience. Right now, don't hold your breath, but it might happen.
I think
That
little,
being,
like, recurring one-shots of this one would be really fun too, like, just to, like, keep
Yeah.
up with the characters, because I think at the end especially, there was, like, some fun roleplay moments between at least my character and, Selkie?
Yelky was Lex's
Yelky.
character.
Yeah, between I think it was me and Yelky who were just, like, these guys who were, like, having this kind of conversation and kind of became friends a little bit. I think my character literally said, "I'll go if you do," and I would like to explore, like, the friendships and stuff more, so I think
Yeah.
little one-shots would be fun.
No, I really liked the group dynamic that you guys kind of pulled together because you were all supposed to be playing awful people. So the levels that you guys did was really fun. Like you weren't really a bad person per se. You were just an asshole to everyone, but
Yeah.
like in a funny way. As was playing like the classic like flamey jerky head
Edgy.
and and Lex again. We didn't tell anyone that they were supposed to be criminals because they were going to fight a Tarrasque. So Lex played a villain with the biggest heart, who
Aw.
claims to have been incarcerated wrongfully. Whether or not that's true,
That's
we
very
don't
Lex.
know. But it's very very funny. It
I think it'd be
like
really interesting if one of our characters did die, just to see how literally if any of the other characters cared.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
Because we're
that's
supposed to be
the
no one was surprised that nobody died because people were like, he wasn't exactly. It wasn't like he was trying to kill people, but he also was like, some people are probably gonna die.
It was hard. We were
something.
trying.
Well, I've had chats with this with Elle. We've had interesting conversations. The thing with one shots is when you're going into like a new setting with completely new characters who don't know each other. It is a different dynamic because they don't know each other and they don't really have a reason to care unless they're given an explicit one.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really cool, and I agree. I hope to see if anything more comes out of this world. But yeah, no, it's a funny enough coincidence. It wasn't on purpose, but this was another great appearance of Will Conchkiss. We love the guy. But he swapped seats with his lovely GF Tangy, and then Noi and Az swapped seats. And past that, it's the exact same cast for the next one shot we have to talk about. The final night at Norville's, which was our Halloween one shot that we tasked Az to give a shot at running just to give them some GM experience on the channel. And I feel bad because when I first asked them to do a Halloween one shot, they had their own idea, but then I didn't shut it down whatsoever. I just told them my idea, and they were like, fuck you, I have to do that now." Because the premise was, well, it's actually a sequel to a mini comic we did also this past year. It was a
Yeah.
spoof on FNAF called Night Shift at Norville's, and I said, "Az, let's do a full one shot expanding the Norville's lore with original animatronics, like, do a whole security thing." And they were like, "God damn it, Leaf, I had a whole idea, now I have to do that."
I mean, you could always use it for next year's Halloween.
Exactly. I hope she didn't forego it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what?
Someone should
Um,
text her.
Yeah, so basically all that happened in the mini comic I mentioned was David, our security guard, goes to work at this nacho shop called Norville's Nachos, and the animatronic Norville jumps at him, but because he's David, he just rips it apart and then gets fired for destroying merchandise. In this one shot, the character TCR was playing themselves, so it was Labrat, Tiny, Lycan, Succubrain, and Sir Dauntless. We're all working at the new Norville's Nacho Emporium. We were spoofing Security Breach, if you couldn't tell. Each of them put to guard a room with a different, unique animatronic that myself, with the help of the lovely Dee Straw Bunny, love you Dee, designed. I'm gonna say no more. I want to hear what these folks have to say about it.
I loved it. No offense to any other campaign or one shot that happened this year, but because I love them all, and I love Fractured Fate, and I love Aphrodite, and I love everything else, but there is just It's probably just the autism, but there was something about this one specifically that just like made me. I loved it so
The
much. So
FNAFtism.
magical, yeah.
It was really fun. I think it was just a very good group of people, and as like Leaf 2, like just the lore of it was very fun, and the expanding on like the different rooms and like jumping between people was really good.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to like not start yapping about my beef with that goose, but I think it was just we all got very excited, and I think it was easier because
Yeah.
again we're kind of playing ourselves in a way. So it was
Yeah.
just like sick. Whatever we would do in real life, we're just gonna do in this game, which I think backfired on me a lot. But I was like, you know what? I'm true to myself, gang.
Fear.
I need to speak on that one point because once again I was the stage manager because mainly just I helped as with so much of this. One, I just wanted to be there, but two, because I offered to edit it, which meant I needed the footage, yada yada. So I was there for all 4 hours into the dead of night. And you
We
know it was
were
a good one
going.
when me, Aaron, and Lex, I think we all had like a cutoff time of like 1, but we
Yeah.
still all stayed an extra hour because it was just like I didn't need that sleep. I needed to see how it ended. But it drove me insane knowing everything that was supposed to happen because, as Spencer said, they played as they actually would, which is to say, ignoring the obvious puzzle and just trying to destroy everything. I was
I think it was
losing
really
my
funny too,
marbles.
because I don't think this is
Yeah.
in the video, but I think that like the very beginning, Az tells us, "Hey, this is like more of a puzzle thing. You are not meant to kill the animatronics
Yeah, you
necessarily. You're not
cannot
meant-
beat them.
You cannot kill them." And we killed that goose,
Like,
as we should have.
Didn't Noi like fist fight an animatronic?
Noi
Yeah, because
ripped the head off one of them and then like
it was the
started
goose.
running
It was
around.
Gustav.
I'd like to say that Az has told me because we spent so many walks, like just cooking up the lore and stuff for this. But recently we were on a walk, and as we'll say this is like on record. Their mistake was that they put Noi in the security office, which was
Yeah,
the primary hint was there was something in there that all Noi had to do was investigate it, and they would have the whole puzzle. But Noi did not investigate it, and so they didn't actually get the kickoff to the puzzle until 2 hours in.
Well,
Oh
yeah, and the
God,
best
yeah.
part was that straight first thing at the beginning of the campaign, Noi got to interact with the only friendly animatronic that was in the building, and
The
instead of
NPC.
listening to the hints he had, he was just like, "Nah, fuck you, I'm getting out of here, bye."
That was
I
exactly it. If you had talked to the animatronic, it would have told you guys what to do. But I think as like asked Noi, or like they had an exchange where Noi's like, "I'm doing what I would do, like as myself," and Az is like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I wouldn't fucking touch that shit."
I think all of us had a separate moment where Az kind of gave the like the DM like wink wink, like, "Are you sure?" And we're like, "Yeah," which at that point your life is in your own hands, because I think it was I think we all like in like a D&D sense playing as a character, sometimes you get in the thing of, well, I'm playing what my character would do, and not in the bad way, but in the like, yeah, I'm gonna run towards danger, I'm gonna interact with these things and figure out what it is. But then when you play as a character who is kind of just you're playing yourself almost, you get into a mindset of like, no, this is a horror movie and I'm going to live. Like I'm not running towards the scary big metal thing or the freaky ghost. Like I'm running.
I think it's also like kind of like, when you watch like a friend or a YouTuber or something play like a video game
Mhm.
and they walk past something, you're like,
Backseat.
"Oh, you fucking idiot, it was right there." But if you play the game, you're missing everything.
Yeah.
That was me the whole
Yeah,
time.
I
Because
think we
my
need to I think
no,
we
go
need
ahead,
to like
please.
sorry, I think we need to have like a Patreon episode or something where we go and explore or do like a rewind to like certain rooms because I like felt really bad afterwards because when it cuts to me, I'm in like basically this like half amusement park room and I'm not there for 5 minutes. I immediately left the room and locked the doors, which came back to bite us later. So I feel really bad because every room was like so amazing and had beautiful maps and all this cool lore and like watching like Tangy interact with like the animatronic and be in like the arcade room was so sick and I just like completely bypassed one of the sickest rooms because I was scared and I had beef with an animatronic goose.
It
It
was
was
a
so
beautiful
bad.
dynamic.
I I'm still working on a compilation of like me versus Gustav. So yeah, if you haven't watched Final Night at Norville's, it's a recurring theme of me and this damn goose. I hate him, and we killed him, as we should. I hate him so
That is
much.
true.
Stupid
I'm
idiot
gonna make you
Gustav.
look
I hate him so
He
bad.
took like he was like on. I think Az was very specific of like that he's walking routinely. Like this isn't like the strange part, and I said, "Nah, I'm running." Like
I do not fuck with that.
I don't like mannequins or dolls, and that's just like a moving doll mannequin. I'm not messing with that.
Yeah, no, that's real as hell.
I think
I was so happy though, like, because Dee and I collabed on these designs. I kind of just gave Dee a base, and then they glam rocktified them because again we're doing security breach, and all the reactions were like they made me so happy because I did
Oh,
the
so
assets.
good.
Like
The
everyone
one
would just
manta ray that was like Mel was
Yeah.
just like hot.
Mel was like everyone was like, oh, that's so cool, or like to the broken down moray, everyone was scared. That's what I wanted, and then Gustav pulls up and Spencer's like, oh fuck this.
like for some reason Gustav was like the scariest. There's a giant animatronic like octopus with a visible brain, and I said, "Nah, the goose."
I think the scariest part about him was that he was the only one that like very like other than Moore, was the only one that like just was like talking to you normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
wasn't
Oh,
like
yeah, right.
silent or stalky. He was just like saying stuff and looking at me, and I was like, mm-mm.
They also gave him a bib that says "Don't run" because he's supposed to guard the water park so kids don't run. But
Yeah, and I want you to know I didn't clock that till like just now, actually, because everyone was like yelling at me like, "Don't run," and in my head I'm like, I understand like the advice was don't run, but I'm running like as a person who would be in this situation, I'm running.
no,
Actually.
you fair for that. No, it
I
was
think that was my like I'm playing as myself moment where it's like I'm panicking and I'm like there are no like cohesive thoughts. It is get away from the freaky thing. So I'm booking it as 3 people yell, "Stop running." They said don't run and I was like, I'm running.
Don't care.
But,
Don't care, didn't ask. I think you turned into the sugar glider.
Yes.
Oh,
And
that's
did I-
right.
I think
All
I
three
threw you
of the tiny forms came
I
back
think
in
I
this one.
tried to throw you up a wall and it just did not work.
Oh, it was so I was the sugar glider in the arcade and the little like money tornado thing.
Mhm.
And then in the water park I was OJ Simpson. I was OJ, and then I was Fangy when we were at the obstacle course, and yeah, you tried to throw me up and it just did not work.
It felt so bad. It was
Oh my
so much fun.
And also, again, like not to glaze as too much, but they killed it too. This was
No, yeah, you should keep saying good
As
things.
is an incredible DM, and I've said this so many times before to them, just like on their own, but As has, not that other people don't, As has an incredible knack for making sure that everybody gets time to be in the spotlight.
Mhm.
And they're very good at making sure there's no awkward moments or silence in campaigns because they're very lovingly pushy, where they'll just focus on someone and be like, okay, you, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is a editor's note because I edited the whole thing. It didn't like it wasn't an extenuating process because like there was not any dead air. Like they knew how to
Yeah.
keep the show running, and I think having everyone be split up at first made giving everyone like their own time to shine so perfectly done. Like it never felt like one person was getting all this attention because and even when we were stuck on a single person in a room, we were all entertained. Like me behind the curtain, you know, like peeking out, like, "Oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?" And then when you all got together, it was incredible. They killed it.
Yeah,
It was so
absolutely.
great to have so many great new DMs step up. Like both the TFT and Fanan is what it's technically called. Dropped in October, and like Azinoi killed it, and I hope we see some more of those two GMing
Mhm.
pretty
Hope to
soon.
see
if
more
you-
people GMing.
I think it was really cool because, like, obviously, I don't know if you guys know this. I talk to Az a lot.
No.
That was like a crazy concept.
What? Why would you do
Almost like
that?
almost like I'm in love with them or something. But So they do this thing, like, even just in regular calls, where if people are talking or to, like, keep track of everyone, if someone's talking and they feel like someone else had something to say or they get cut off, they will, like, physically, like, point to that person on the screen so they can go back and give them time,
That
and
is
they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
they
That's
love
one
they
thing I've
yeah.
always appreciated about Az, and I've always noticed that.
Me too. Yeah.
They're very
As I
much
know your
cool.
bitch ass ain't watching this, but we love you so much.
I'll make her watch it, don't
Shout
worry.
outs to us. You'll make her watch it.
I will. I'll go have you seen the episode that I'm in and all of your really cool friends? You should watch that.
You will watch it.
Or, like, one night when we're, like, watching YouTube, I'll just put it on and
Yeah, just sneak it in there, sneak it into the queue. I think definitely a lesson we've learned is that going forward we'll do after shows after each session so we can just fucking talk about them for an hour each. Because
Mhm.
I really wanted to, except the thing is we do them so late that then we're finishing up in like the most unholy hours and everyone has to go to sleep.
Yeah,
But
How
that
did
is
you
to say,
just assume I go to sleep?
for real.
my mistake. I didn't know you were an insomniac like that, brother. Anyway, that was to give an awkward segue over to the next one, just because we're once again going very late. The next one on the list is back to another Code Red arcade playthrough. The one I did with Aaron was fantastic. I also did a FNAF Into the Pit playthrough with Ren, but one that I wanted to highlight was one that I did with Evie, my spouse, Jellyfish, because that was very special. And we played a little game that you might have heard of called I don't know. I don't even know if me saying that picked up because I went too high
Oh,
pitch.
it didn't
Yeah,
pick
But
up.
no.
Yeah.
No, there was
yeah,
nothing.
I was trying to emulate how Evie says it in the actual video. But yeah, we did a little 3-part on the hit indie game Mouthwashing, which if you're on the internet, you've probably heard of and seen. We watched Jacksepticeye play a little bit of it, just enough to gauge our interest without spoiling it all, and we immediately just got it. And um, I was the commentator this time while Evie played, and it was a joyous time. The game itself is just like it's really fun. It's a very story driven game. Like the gameplay is pretty rudimentary. You just walk around and click things. You can't really nothing you really do changes the outcome, but the story itself was really profound and really shocking. The environment of the game was really scary, and so it was a lot of fun to just play that with my spouse, so we could just be like clinging onto each other and just like, okay, I'll go through that door. Nothing bad's gonna happen. And I was just really blown away with every aspect of it, the story, the characters who like to this day like actually, Spencer actually sends me like 5 mouth-washing Instagram reels a day. Like
I
it's
just think I will probably never play this game. I'm not a huge horror game fan as it is, and
Mhm.
this one is obviously very spooky, but it is also just like the story, it's very dark as well. And certain themes I personally just can't play and can't handle, and that's okay. But I do know the stories that take place in this, and like the characters mean a lot to like certain people, and there are themes and things that are explored and like alluded to that I think are just like very important and are like handled with a certain amount of care even for a horror game.
I'm very
Yeah.
thankful that the amount that even I had seen already, nothing about what we saw kind of revealed anything about that plot line, and it was really fascinating because without knowing that, what we saw, the section that we saw, seemed completely different and gave a
Mhm.
completely warped perception of the characters. And so then actually playing it and finding out the truth and who these characters are and what like it was disturbing, like, but in a really, I don't know, like, not in a way where
It's
it's like, oh
well
my god, I
done.
don't want to sit through this. It was like, oh my god, like this is it's
Crazy.
so yeah, it really makes you question everything. And so then actually getting to then see it and play through it, like people have said like it could have just been like a visual novel, but like I disagree because you walking through the halls and like exploring all these different parts of the ship and learning what is actually happening, something about it is just
I
it's
don't
so blood curdling, but it was really cool. And while it wasn't the most like crazy gameplay in the world, it was really interesting, compelling, and I was really happy to get to do it with Evie because it's the first video series they've done on the arcade officially.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but then just completely like just blow everything into bits. Another one that's currently still releasing is Anton Blast,
Oh,
which I am currently doing with my good pal Buddy Noe, Sir Dauntless. It is so much fun. This is the most recent thing on the channel that you'll probably find if you check it right now. Code Red Arcade. It has been a joy and a blast. We've finished recording
I
it
get it.
all. I'm thank you. I know it was pretty clever. I'm still currently working on editing it, but it has been so much fun. Noise, such a great recording buddy. He's literally like my coach as I'm blasting through these levels. Anton Blast is the opposite of
Blast.
mouthwashing. The story is very, very simple. Basically, you play a red guy named Anton. Satan is also red, but you're more red than he is, and he fucking hates that. So he steals all your alcohol. Not cool, dude. So you go on a journey to hell to go kick his ass and get your alcohol back.
Wait, you said not cool, dude, like Chris McLean.
That's
That was
crazy.
a little on purpose.
I want to
But
talk about Anton Blast, but I also just want to point out really, really quickly. I think Math Watching was also the most viewed thing on the arcade channel.
oh my god, thank you, Spencer. Yeah,
Because-
sorry, that was like that's part of why I
Yeah.
wanted it on this list because it set a channel record for us. So thanks to everyone who
Yeah.
watched that. You
Yeah,
rock.
just really briefly, found that out randomly because I was actually at Jellyfish's house with Az, and we were like watching TV, and we went to find a YouTube video, and we scrolled over it, and I was like, guys, that's TCR, that's us, and it had like 200,
Almost
400
5.
views.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 484 views, and it was just it's like the most viewed thing on the arcade channel. So yeah, that's it. Sorry.
That was very true.
So a fun piece of trivia is that Kingbit knows is friends with the creator.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna ask if
true.
we should mention that, like, which is crazy because they, she just kind of dropped it one day. She was like, "Guys, guess what? I just found out, lol."
You know, she just kind of forgot who made it. And it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I know that
Hey.
person.
Well, back to the
Anton
blast.
Yeah, back to
Yeah,
Blast.
thank you for bringing
Back
that
to
up.
Satan.
Spencer. Yeah.
Satan's dump truck.
I just wanted to talk about this one because again, it was really fun to record with Noah. I've gotten to do like I did the series with Aaron, the one with Evie, and then I like I said, I did do another one with Ren, so I've now done 2 with them. They're fantastic. But dragging Noah into this one was so much fun. He is so funny and never lets me live a failure down. The fail compilations in this are aplenty. But it's just this is an indie game that I'd been following the development of for like 2 years, so I was waiting for this to drop, and so happy I got to cover it for TCR. It's so much fun. It's so fast paced. My ADHD brain is eating it. It's like it's the perfect amount of overstimulation, and I think it was a very, very fun series to end the year of Code Red Arcade off with, and likely based on the release schedule. Carry us into the new year. Short thoughts on that one, because I don't imagine the 3 of you really have any extraneous commentary on the 2 Green Knights and their
No.
alcohol quest.
No, but that does give me an idea for something else. I gotta hang on.
Write that down.
But
But
the only thing I would say is that Noise just a good friend for
Yeah.
for commentating on streams and videos, and just in general, Noise pretty good,
Yeah.
pretty epic. Shoutouts to Noise.
he's okay, I guess.
Noah's very good at just like fitting in anywhere. Like the golf streams, he's the fucking worst ever in the world, and it
He
makes
is the
the
fuck
streams.
you guy.
And yeah, he's literally the fuck you guy.
He's the fuck you guy.
And like the Mario Kart streams, he doesn't even, his Switch is broken. He doesn't even play, but he still is like one of the best parts. And there was the one
Yeah.
time that Emma showed up late and we just gaslit her into thinking the Noi was playing the whole time.
And sorry, we did that because you made a me. You made
Oh
a
yeah,
me
my
of
me
me.
was Noi.
That was why, because you're sick and twisted. But yeah, Noi fucking rocks. And I'm really excited next year to hopefully do some more series with more people that I haven't yet. Making content with these people is the best. And I think with that, we only have one more topic left to talk about. One last thing. Practically one of the last things that we worked on in 2024, which was the first episode of the Are We On Air After Show.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty good, pretty good after show. Talked about things.
We
I kind of
did.
want to leave.
It was kind of
I don't-
fun, like looking back at all the projects we worked on in 2024. Cool new format for a cool new spin-off idea. Anyway, I think the only topic we have left is after show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I really liked reflecting on that first after show episode that we did.
I just kind of wish Ryan wasn't here for it, but
Okay, well, buddy.
Well, I don't. Yeah,
I
I wish
maybe
Spencer had said more in that last.
Save it for
reflection.
when we reflect on the reflection of the after show.
Oh, is that up next?
oh
Yeah, it's actually happening right now.
yeah okay.
No, that Ryan, you really cooked Aaron on that last one. That was a good
yeah
one.
you got
shit.
me.
That was fucking good. That was fucking good.
Yeah, oh next time though I'll get you.
Oh man.
Well, speaking of next time,
We're done.